Hi everybody, this is Lawrence J. Clark of the webinarleader.com, and today we have a very special guest. As a matter of fact, someone that I know pretty well, my lovely wife, Kristin Clark. And she's going to be talking about her website and brand new coaching program called His Side of the Looking Glass. But before we do that, let me just tell you a little bit about Kristin and her background. Besides being the founder of the His Side of the Looking Glass website, which is designed to help women build confidence and self-esteem and reach their highest potential in all areas of their lives, Kristin is a published author. She has written several articles which have appeared in numerous journals and magazines. And her short stories, actually several of her short stories, have been published in the Chicken Soup for the Soul series. She's also spent over 20 years working in small business and in large business, extremely large businesses in corporate America. As a matter of fact, for a Fortune 50 technology company, she had worked in different positions including sales, management, strategy and planning, marketing, and communications. And she credits her success to her confidence and her ability to maintain an attitude of gratitude through the toughest of times. So please welcome Kristin Clark.
Thank you, Lawrence. Thank you so much for inviting me to be on your webinar today and for making the time to let me share with you a little bit about my new adventure. I'm just really thrilled to be here.
Well, that's great. Well, I know I've been watching you as you've been putting this program together for the last few months, and I know how excited you are to share this. So let's talk about it a little bit.
Great. Sounds great.
Right. So first of all, one of the things you talk about in your program is something called confidence. And I know confidence can mean many different things, but what is your definition of confidence?
Well, that's a great question. And before we start with my definition, I want to take a look at what Merriam-Webster's online dictionary says about confidence, because I think that really is so important. You know, confidence really is a feeling or a consciousness of one's powers or of reliance on one's circumstances. And I really appreciate that definition because I embrace that so much for myself. And also, it's a faith or a belief that one will act in a right, proper, or effective way. When I look at the quality or state of being, I would say someone with confidence is certain. You know, they have a certitude, they have a great trust and faith in their abilities. And I love the synonyms that Merriam-Webster's online dictionary provides for the word assurance, self-assurance, self-assuredness, self-confidence, self-esteem, and self-trust. And when I look at this definition and really internalize it and embrace it for myself, it just has so much meaning. But also I find that there's another underlying element to this word for me personally, you know, which really is a confidence not only in who I am, but in whose I am. And that's the whole underlying confidence in my abilities and my gifts, if you will, gifts and talents as they relate to God's kingdom and the role that I play in His kingdom. And so we'll talk more about that in a little bit, but really looking at confidence in terms of assurance, self-insurance, self-confidence, self-esteem, self-trust.
Great. Well, you can't get any more official than Merriam-Webster's dictionary. That's for sure. I wish I had you there to explain all the words. You did a great job expanding on that. All right, so what are some of the benefits of having confidence?
Right. So again, great question. And when I look at confidence in the terms that we just explored, there are so many benefits that come with confidence. Increased performance is one benefit, and I would add to that quality of work. Another benefit is the ability to overcome obstacles, and I would add to that the ability to overcome or respond to setbacks. The ability to pursue and use skills. So even skills that we think we don't have, we can acquire. And the ability to pursue and use those skills as needed is a great benefit. Increased energy and determination. You know, especially as we're tackling projects, we're tackling new opportunities, we're just tackling life circumstances, being able to have that energy and determination and fortitude to go forward is another benefit. And then the ability to interact with people. The ability to interact with people in a healthy way, in a positive way, in a way that brings about desired outcomes, and I would even add the ability to influence others would be another great term there. And then another benefit is improved mental health. You know, the more confidence that I demonstrate, the better my own mental health is and my opinion of myself. I'm more positive, I'm more outgoing, I'm more thankful, I'm just so many more things that are positive and will help contribute to my life adventures. And then really what's important in terms of a benefit of confidence is the ability to withstand peer pressure or any other kind of pressure. And so I would add to that the ability to make choices that are in my best interest when other people are unable to do that for me. At the end of the day, that's really what matters most. So a number, I just outlined a number of them pretty quickly, but I think there are so many benefits to having increased or improved or higher levels of confidence.
Wow. Well, so I think what you're saying, having increased confidence can have lots of different benefits in many different areas of our lives.
Oh, absolutely. I would say across all areas of our lives, yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, do you have any personal examples of confidence, maybe of yourself or other people that you know?
Yes, and I'm so glad you asked. I think it's so important for people to understand that my passion behind this really is based on my own personal experience, and being able to recount for others or share my experience, strength, and hope in the process is really important. And so I'll just share with you a couple of examples of, where I've really been able to benefit from having confidence in all of the benefits that I just talked about. And really the first one that I'll share with you was pretty recent, as you know. I had the experience of being laid off at the Fortune 50 technology company that I had spent the last 15 years working for. And it was quite a shock. You know, the company was suffering from economic challenges and extremely competitive environment, and the company needed to make some cuts, and it turned out that I happened to sit in the organization that was targeted for very significant cuts and what they call global consolidation. And so after having been in this particular role for almost 3 years, my boss called me into her office one day to let me know that I was on the workforce reduction plan, which meant that I was being laid off. And
that's a nice way to put it. Yes. The workforce reduction plan. Yes.
The workforce reduction plan, yes, I was being laid off. It was quite a blow. And, well, as you know, because you saw me really wrestle with this.
I do remember that, yes.
Yes. Thankfully, the company has a really nice severance package, and thankfully included in that severance package was a 2-week window where I could stay within the corporate environment, have access to all of the corporate tools, including the job board and opportunities to network with managers and look at open requisitions and see if there was anything available. And so it was during that 2-week period that I had to really dig down deep and find my confidence in my abilities, and my self-worth and value. I had to really stand firm against a lot of negative thinking that wanted to overpower me. You know, negative thinking that said, I'm being laid off because I'm not good enough, or I'm being laid off because I'm not smart enough, or I'm being laid off because I don't have the skill set they're looking for, or I'm being laid off because I'm not competent, or I'm not capable, or they just don't like me. And, you know, I think those are very realistic thoughts that can often penetrate our mind, but one thing I've learned is that feelings are not facts. And those may have been feelings, but those statements were not facts about myself as a contributor to the organization and the corporation. And I had to work really hard at relying on my confidence to remind myself that I am educated, I am a hard worker, I am loyal, I have a great reputation, I have demonstrated my value and my worth, and that this wasn't personal. It wasn't a personal attack about me. That was really hard. But in relying on and digging deep to that confidence that I've been developing over the years, I was able to do what I needed to do, and that meant I was able to get out of bed every morning and suit up and show up. You know, I was able to get dressed and go into the office and walk the halls and be greeted by people who were hearing about my circumstance and face people who had questions. You know, gosh, Kristin, what are you going to do now? And do so with an air of confidence that told me that no matter what happens, I was going to be okay because I am capable, I am smart, I am intelligent, I can do jobs, I am very equipped. And being able to walk through that 2-week period with that kind of confidence allowed me to network. You know, I was very proactive in reaching out to my network of peers and also of advocates, so those people who'd gone before me who were in higher positions who could maybe help me. Spread the word. I had to really get a hold of my pride and my ego and suck it up and say, hey, this is my situation, I'm being laid off, and again, not take that personally, but just recognize it for what it was, and to apply for positions and let people know that I was available on the market. And the blessing in all of that was that I had the confidence to do what I needed to do. I was able to take the action. I was able to take the steps in terms of reaching out to people, finding jobs within the company that were available, applying for those jobs in the company that were available. I can only take action. The results I have to leave up to God. But with my confidence, I was able to do the next right thing. I was able to take the steps that I needed. And the blessing from it all was that I found a position working for a gentleman whom I had worked with 5 years ago, 5 years prior, who knew me, knew my reputation, knew my quality of work, had a position open. I applied for the position. He offered me the job. My termination date with the company happened to be the same exact date as my start date in this new position within the company. I was able to start a new job. I had no interruption to my benefits, no interruption to my salary, no interruption to my tenure, and I got a raise and a promotion out of it. I mean, oh my goodness sakes. And, you know, I can take the actions. I have to leave the results up to God, but if I didn't have the confidence, I might not have ever taken the actions. And who knows where I would be today.
Wow, well, that's a really great example of, like you said, just having the confidence that to know that you were worth something, and you had 15 years of experience in that company, and you are a hard worker, and you had really great performance reviews, and to not let that one incident just drag you down, you know. So that was a really great example.